Welcome to More Than a Brand podcast, where we show you how to take your brand from basic to badass. I'm your host, Lindsay Trammell Jones, the WordPress Whisperer, the Olivia Pope of Web Design, and the owner of Fiercified Creative and Consulting. I invite you to sit back, grab your favorite glass of wine, and your note takers, because I'm dropping jewels all season long. Thanks for listening. Hey girl, hey, and welcome back to this episode. Now, throughout the season, I've been talking about your big girl, your big boy business, and making sure that you had tools in place or had the ability to hire help to do those tasks and those things that you don't understand or that just aren't in your wheelhouse. As you grow as a business owner, going from that solopreneur to team or from that team to a larger enterprise, then you start realizing that there are things that you just should not be doing as a CEO. Now, last week's episode, I honed in on that customer experience journey. What does that look like? Ensuring that no matter where people enter your business ecosystem, that journey stays the same throughout. So your social media, your website, once they're sold, once they bought the product or once they purchase your services, making sure it all looks the same and it's all streamlined, that they get the same energy. You know how people like say, keep that same energy. Keep that same energy throughout the entire process when you are thinking about your customer experience. And when it came to record this episode, I started thinking about a client that I've been working with because it's something important that we often forget. The customer experience is very important. Yes, it is. And I would say it is more important than your business goals. Your customer experience, a great customer experience will help you reach your business goals. So I think if you pour more into your customer experience, your goals will be met. However, always have a caveat. Don't create a customer experience that you as the owner or you and your team cannot sustain. So when you're creating and what I mean by that is when you're creating the tools or the paths that people are going to be able to experience your product, don't do it on platforms or using tech or using whatever software that you or your team are not equipped to maintain or you're not equipped to sustain. And the reason why I bring this up is that I was helping a client with her customer experience journey on her website and also integrating tools that would help her create a better experience. So we looked at a couple options when it came to doing intake. A lot of my customers do require that their clients fill out some kind of form or some kind of application before working with them. Every client is not the same. One client may need a CRM where another client may just be only comfortable with using the things that are incorporated into WordPress Elementor, like the forms, because that's what they're used to working with. So when I was creating the journey for her customers and what that experience looked like, I had to make sure that it also aligned with her business's capabilities as far as tech and as far as the amount of services they can fulfill, the amount of products they can fulfill. I'm doing the same thing with another client. So she actually sells physical products. I've been on a call with her marketing team. We have calls with her branding team. So we can make sure that experience when people go into her website, when people interact with, and I think I talked about this last episode, when they interact with her products in person, what does that journey look like? But on the back end, what kind of tech am I incorporating to ensure that her and her team can sustain it? Or that her and her team, if they need to scale, if they need to shrink down, do they have those options with the infrastructure that I build or the infrastructure that I help them incorporate when it comes to their customer experience and their website? Hey, if you are enjoying our show, please hit that subscribe button or hop on over to LinkedIn and follow me at Lindsay Trammell Jones, Brand Identity Designer. That's where I share tips, more insight on branding, and why it's so important as a DEI organization to ensure that your brand is up to par. Okay, that's it. Enjoy the rest of the episode. So as you dig into your brand and as you dig into what does my customer journey look like, You need to think about, okay, what does their journey look like? But what can I maintain? What can I sustain? Because if you can't sustain it, then your experience is going to flounder. It's going to flop and flounder. They're going to flop and flounder anyway. Your experience is going to deteriorate because you created something that sounded great. It briefs well. That's what I say that all the time. It briefs well. But at the end of the day, it's not sustainable. So think about that as you're moving through these episodes, as you're hearing from the experts, as you go back and listen to past episodes, thinking about the visibility trifecta, thinking about what is that next move? How do I scale? What do I do next? Make sure that you incorporate things that are sustainable to you. And if you are struggling with your customer experience and the infrastructure that you've built, reach out. A lot of times what happens is people have someone build their website, or they're like, oh, I need an email list. Let me go purchase ConvertKit. I'm just throwing names out there. Let me go get ConvertKit because I need an email list and I heard this is the best. Oh, but I need this thing too, so let me go get Dubsado. Oh, and I need this thing too, so let me go get this thing. And all these things are disjointed, and none of the things are talking to one another. So your experience, the journey that your customers are going through, it feels very hodgepodge and not put together because, one, you've grabbed up all the tools and they're not talking to each other, nor are they streamlined, nor does it feel the same. That is why it's important as when you're hiring people to build your brand, help you build that customer experience. Make sure everyone's speaking on the same page and they're having the same goal for your business. And I'll leave you with this one last example because I'm excited about the project that's coming up, is I have a client that I'm working with now, and I'm going to her photo shoot. I'm going on set to, one, make sure we get the images that we need for her website, but two, that they also are creating cohesive customer experience. She's had a brand designer in the brand strategy session. She has a beautiful strategy. She has beautiful logos, colors, fonts, all those things. And I'm excited for us to launch. She has the copy that is speaking to the people. And it's funny with the name that speaks is in the name of her business, but the copy is copying. And so when it comes to the images, the photographer, he's received all the things as far as the copy and the strategy, but the website is where it all comes together in one. And so I'm going to her shoot to make sure that we get the images that we want, but they also continue to tell that brand story so that as clients come to her, they are receiving that same customer experience from beginning to end, from social media to website to purchase to working with her as a coach. Or if it's from in-person event to working with her, to website, to working with her as a coach, podcast interview, to website, to working with her as a coach. You see that piece in the middle that I keep bringing up? The website. If you have not gotten it yet, the website is the heartbeat, the nucleus of your brand, and people are coming from all pieces of the ecosystem to that central hub to make that purchase or to book your services. All right, y'all. That's all I have for now. If you have any questions, hit me up. I love to hear from you. And just remember, when you're building that customer experience journey, don't build it in a way that you can't sustain it. Make sure you build it in a way that you can sustain it. I'll see y'all in the next episode. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. Remember, hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with the new upcoming episodes. And if you want to, find us on social media at fierceified.agency on Instagram, or find us on Facebook at Fierceified Creative and Consultant. Send me a DM. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear your input.